The 5-minute morning routine that makes business easy. Now, for me, for a long time, business was hard. I used to struggle really, really badly in my business. For the first 8 months, I made absolutely nothing whatsoever. Up until fairly recently, where I started to experiment around, I was trying to think, okay, how can I make business easier, more enjoyable, and make more money as a result? Because I was starting to make some more money. This was back in January this year. But I was still not really enjoying business. I just didn't really like the process, and I didn't really like my overall lifestyle as an entrepreneur. Just sitting at home, working all the time, I didn't really enjoy it until I figured out some things, which I'm going to teach you in this video. Now, business has been incredibly enjoyable for me. I literally get to wake up, drink coffee, work on what I want to, and sleep incredibly well. I get to live a life that I love living, and it's just, I absolutely love my life, and I'm making money as a result. Now, why should you listen to me anyway? Like, what authority should I have? Well, firstly, I've already told you a bit of my story, but this is me back in November, December last year, like completely different haircut, buzz cut at the time. And I had these goals in mind, but I wasn't really achieving them. I have daily goals, but I never really get to achieving all of them. And it just sucked, man. It really did suck. I just didn't really enjoy my life. I was sat behind my computer working like 12, 14. You can see this. Like, I used to post it on my Instagram as well. 14 hours a day. I was like, oh, not good enough, not efficient enough. And it's like, how much of that was really work? And was I really enjoying it? You could see around the time, like, I was starting to grow the hair out a bit, but I was not really enjoying myself. I had eye bags, I had acne, I wasn't feeling proud about myself. And I was really socially anxious as well. I was still really shy around this time, and I just didn't enjoy my life. Up until fairly recently, we've started to really work on a lot more on my lifestyle, on enjoying my entrepreneurship journey, which has actually made me more money. And on top of that, learning how to be more efficient with my time, learning how to like actually have a proper consistent schedule, a proper consistent sleep schedule, how to be a high performer, which has all made me over 3K cash collected at 17 years old, close to 5K soon. I'm gonna be closing a lot more deals soon. And on top of that, plus like over 7,000 in revenue. Pretty sure it's over 10,000 now, but yeah. So yeah, I've made a lot as a result of doing this. This is me, tallest building in my city. It was an absolutely incredible day with my mate. Went out to like the tallest building, was doing some work. Then there's me there. Like, I love my life. I love my lifestyle. But anyways, right? If you want to see some of my results though, like, you might be thinking, okay, you've had this transformation yourself, but what authority do you have? Just check out my Instagram at Taylor Overton Biz. You get to see my lifestyle there, you get to see my content there, and you get to see my results there. So anyway, no one, by the way, no one else is as good of client results in the game as me. But anyways, all entrepreneurs get business wrong. They all believe that entrepreneurship is like a hard journey, that it needs to be difficult, that there needs to be suffering. In reality, if we're being honest, like, if you make it enjoyable, you can make it an enjoyable and easy experience if you choose to, as long as you follow what I'm about to tell you. So many will just overcomplicate it and think it's like, oh, it needs to be disciplined, it needs to be painful. It doesn't need to be, bro. I'm literally not even that disciplined myself, and I'm still making a lot of money, still making way more progress compared to anyone else around me who's doing entrepreneurship. But anyways, right? So let's actually get into the 5-minute morning routine that makes business easy. Now, we're not even going to start with the morning routine. We're actually going to start with something which is the night before the morning routine that makes business easy. And it's actually your sleep, right? Believe it or not, your sleep has a big impact on how your day is, how your energy levels are, how your mood is. Here's the cycle you're currently in. So, firstly, hold on, let me just enjoy that. If you had like a poor attention span and you clicked off the video, cool. If you're still watching, awesome. But anyway, the cycle that you're currently in, you're thinking to yourself that business is hard, right? It's a hard, painful journey that you're staying up later to complete hard tasks. And as a result of that, you've got a lack of sleep. And because you have a lack of sleep, your brain can't have as many functions, you're not operating as properly, doesn't have as many ATP levels, and everything's just sort of messed up as a result. That's why you feel tired, you feel like you've got brain fog, you've got a lack of motivation, and then that makes business hard. So much of it comes down to your sleep. So even though it's not even part of this morning routine, it's directly responsible for how that morning routine is going to be. Everything else I'm going to teach you is going to be completely useless if you don't get this right. Now, anyways, the sleep fixing checklist. You want to define your ideal bedtime and ideal wake up time with at least 8 hours. So for me, it's like 9 to 5. I like waking up real early and just getting straight to it because I like to get in work before school. You can be different if you'd like to, but make sure you've got at least 8 hours in bed. I mean, you want to prioritize your consistency as much as you can. Now, you don't need to be like autistic with your consistency. You don't want to be so consistent to the point where you're not doing anything at all. Of course, there's going to be some nights like my lifestyle, for example. I had this party which I went to recently. I'm going to be honest, my sleep sucked that night. Right, it's not going to be fully perfectly consistent, but as long as it's consistent for at least 80 to 90% of the time, that's okay. You still want to be doing stuff in your social life, of course, and going out, but just at least if you can, just be 80 to 90% consistent within like a half an hour window. Now, anyway, you want to define you want to define like what sleep problems you've got, right? You want to define, okay, I've got this, and this. Then you want to define what's stopping you from solving those. Okay, this is stopping me, this is stopping me, and then just work on solving them if you can. For example, for me, I used to struggle with my migraine sleep part, and the thing that was stopping me was that I didn't know what to do until I found out that journaling really, really great for just making my mind stop racing. And then another thing as well, and it's just funny because I'm actually go coffee right here. But like, you want to avoid caffeine at least 8 hours before bed. I only have like one for a day. I'm only having like 1 to 3 a day at the moment, and it's about 7 in the morning. So I'm fine. Absolutely love coffee, but yeah, just avoid it about 8 hours before bed. So for me personally, I won't have any after 1 to 2 p.m. Right after that point, I've had it before, and it just messes up my sleep. Then after that, you want to cut off all work about an hour before bed if you can, and you want to wind down. So just do a warm shower. This is like my wind down routine. I'll journal. Playing up the next day, I'll do a bit of stretching. I'll dim the lights, and I'll just not have any devices. I think the devices are the biggest thing, which hinders people's ability to sleep because of the blue light and the stimulation involved. And then in bed, I don't have it on me right now, but I like to have some tape on my mouth just to prevent mouth breathing. I'll have an eye mask and I'll meditate and I'll fall asleep. And then now we get into mindset, right? Now we get into the morning routine. So this is like my mindset as soon as I wake up. Now, why have I got like a run here? This is like a 22.7K run I did back in November last year. I think my mindset during that was the thing that carried me by far. And the way that I've made entrepreneurship easy is all through my mindset. And my mindset after waking up, like even during hard things as well. Like, this is an intense workout here. This is like an opposing room at a fancy gym, which is awesome. But like, my mindset straight up for waking up now makes my day like absolutely incredible. So firstly, alright, like as soon as I wake up, I'll always think to myself like it's a sort of like arrogant mindset, right? So as soon as I wake up, I'll think, man, I've woken up. So many other people haven't woken up right now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. I've got my arms, I've got my legs. Like gratitude as well is highly important because it puts you into that positive state, as well as putting you into that winner's state. That arrogance and staking up your wins puts you into that winner's state, which gets you to win, 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 win. It stacks up all the wins throughout your day and it just keeps compounding. You can see how this makes your day successful and then make it so easy to get into a state of work. Compare this to if you were in a negative mindset, where you would think to yourself, "Oh, why do I have to do this? Why?" You want to think to yourself, like, imagine if you did think of that negative state, you wouldn't be doing anything that day. You'd skip the work, you just feel like horrible. You feel like other people are better than you, and that makes your day horrible. Compared to the winner's mindset, where it just keeps stacking, 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 and you've got an incredible day. And then another thing as well is, like, as soon as I wake up, if something negative's happened the night before, just completely forget about it. I completely forget about it. I fully plug my mind onto everything positive, every single win. Another actions that you could do as well, this is like in your free time, but sometimes I'll read out in the morning, like a whole list of wins that I've created for myself for this year. Earlier this year, I created a list of like every single win that I had. And ever since then, I've just been continuously stacking. It's just gotten better, far better over time. Because I made that, and that put me into the mindset of that killer winner. And then from there, I just, it compounded. And that's what I do when I wake up. Like, I do the gratitude, I do the win stacking, that puts me into like the killer entrepreneur mindset. As well as some of the arrogance too. Not putting anyone else down, but putting myself up, and that just helps me so much. So do that yourself, and then the next thing is efficiency. So once you've had that like mini, you could say routine of priming yourself for the work and just like putting your mindset to the absolute next level, then it's time for you to be efficient, right? And here's what you want to do: you got to plan the to-do list the night before, right? And as soon as you wake up, right, you've got those mindsets going on in your mind. You want to get straight to work. Imagine if thinking this whilst working on a deep task. Like, it's just gonna push you harder. You're gonna be doing so well. It's gonna feel easy to you. But that's awesome. And that gives you so much more motivation to crush it. You have amazing output. Another thing is, as soon as I've woken up and I've got these mindsets going on, I'll put on a hoodie, I'll get some white noise on, and I'll be in a dark room. This really helps me out a lot, just to fully lock in. And then from there, I'll have Google Calendar planned out, which I won't plan out in the morning, I'll plan out the night before, and I'll set a timer for the work. And then I won't do like 4 to 6 hours. I won't do any more than 4 to 6 hours a day, just because it's like, why? I want to do other stuff, but I love the work. I could work for 12 hours a day if I wanted to, but just preferably not. I like to personally like just 4 to 6 hours a day, and then the rest is like skill building, socialization, social life, etc. Unless it's like a big project, then I'll work like 8 hours. But yeah, that's like my entire 5 minute morning routine. So, firstly, you want to prioritize your sleep, fix your sleep schedule. Secondly, you want to be thinking to yourself as soon as you've woken up of, I'm better than this, bonus, stacking up all those wins and being grateful for everything around you, for all the little things. And then from there, you want to wake up, you want to put a hoodie on, you want to have a dark room, you want to grab your laptop out, you want to have everything from the night before planned out, you want to get straight to work. And that is a 5 minute morning routine that makes business incredibly easy. Now, if you've got any questions and if you enjoyed this video, just message me at Taylor Overton Biz. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys have got. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.